There are moments when the world presses in like static, and every sound is too loud, every obligation too urgent. Ever since I can remember, living with ADHD felt like standing in a storm, chaotic, relentless, a swirl of what-ifs and to-dos crashing through my thoughts. I often felt as if I was always 2 steps behind, never quite catching up to the life I was supposed to be living. Maybe you know that feeling. The ache that you're not doing enough, or not doing it right, or that something, somewhere, is slipping through your fingers. I tried, for years, to find the answer in apps, in perfectly color-coordinated spreadsheets, in shiny new productivity hacks promised by tech visionaries. It was a desperate pursuit. The more tools I gathered, the more lost I became in the tangled undergrowth of supposed solutions. I was drowning in reminders, digital pings, endless lists that grew like weeds. And through it all, life kept passing in flashes, messy, unplanned, beautifully imperfect. But then, something shifted. I stepped away from the cacophony of screens and notifications, and I placed everything, the chaos, the hope, the longing for gentle control, into the pages of a single, humble notebook. Everything changed, not with a thunderclap, but in the quiet moments of my own handwriting. Hi, my name is Daniel Hayes, and over the years I've explored a simple system built around clarity, intention, and reflection. I've shared it with thousands of people searching for a calmer, more focused way to live. Today, in this video for the Growth Mindset Project, I want to show you how I tamed the storm in my mind, not by doing more, but by doing less, with intent. If you find a piece of yourself in these words, join me for this journey deeper into simplicity, into presence, into the art of crafting a life with one notebook. Before we begin, I'd love for you to join our growing community. Hit subscribe below and help fuel conversations about living authentically. And if you want to be notified whenever Growth Mindset Project shares a new video, click the bell icon, so you never miss a moment of genuine reflection and growth. Let's begin where it all starts. The crowded intersection of expectation and reality. The world markets endless productivity tools, each brighter, faster, more connected than the last. I know, because I devoured them all. My phone bristled with apps, my computer overflowed with digital lists. The experience was seductive. Add a task, watch it sync across devices, marvel at the clean design. But there was a trap lurking just beneath the beautiful surface. The easier it became to add new tasks, the more likely I was to turn every fleeting thought into another unchecked to-do. My lists grew long, fattened with things I would never do, weighing me down with tiny, silent guilt. The notebook, by contrast, imposed a gentle friction. Each word wrote itself into the real, tangible present. There is no autopilot with ink. I do not call them tasks or to-dos anymore. They are actions, deliberate, potent steps toward the life I want, not relics of anxiety. It's a small change in language, a tiny current of resistance, that makes a huge difference. I pause, I ask, does this action truly serve where I want to go? Or is it another stone in my pockets? Another layer of friction. Every action is written by hand, every day. It's slower than typing, sure, but that's the point. The minutes spent selecting, rewriting, or letting go of tasks are not wasted. They are investments in clarity. If something is not worth the effort to write, is it truly worth my hours, my irreplaceable heartbeats? Every morning begins the same. I open a fresh page. I scan back over what came before, searching for urgency, for what matters now. Today's date marks the top, anchoring me in the present. I distill my hopes, my promises for this day, into clear, single sentences, each a threshold. Then, I pick the 3 actions that matter most. 1. The keystone is the action that, if nothing else got done, would invite success into today. The other 2 are supporting pillars. Everything else is a gift, not a burden. This practice is less about conquering a mountain of tasks, and more about tracing the line that leads me home to myself. Calendar apps promise to organize our lives with surgical precision, and yes, I still use them to block out appointments, to meet the rhythms of collaboration. But there's an emptiness to the digital record. We plan what we imagine will happen, but rarely do we return to record what truly unfolded. Most digital calendars become half-finished stories, hollow, incomplete. With a notebook, I reclaim my story. Each month begins with a simple spread, a timeline on the left. The month, the dates, the first letter of each day. On the right, my action plan blooms in careful lines. Unlike a calendar projecting fantasies, the timeline reflects reality. One honest sentence each day, echoing the most meaningful thing that occurred. Good days, hard days, all find a place. By the month's end, I have a woven tapestry of memory, a true archive against the flickering unreliability of recollection. In 30 days, patterns emerge, old habits to break, new ones to nurture. The notebook sees what my memory forgets. Then, there are habits. The world loves to count them. Apps urge you to log, to streak, to compete. Soon, you find yourself juggling 10 or 20 or 30 habits, more than you could ever honestly maintain. I did this. I watched my list grow until it became another monument to self-reproach. But real change is nearly always born of gentle, repeated, almost invisible movement. Less is everything. So, I set the bar low. No more than 3 small actions, repeated for a month. Beneath my monthly timeline, I write the behaviors I want to shape, one per action, each marked with its initial. I plot, for the first week, exactly when I will attempt them. The week is a crucible. Am I asking too much from myself? Do these intentions fit into the reality of my days? Each new week, I reflect. I adapt. Habit formation is not about willpower, but about kindness, a slow turning towards the sun. Often I hear, but I do not know where to start. The answer is as simple as opening any notebook that waits on your shelf, hungry for your story. You don't need anything special, just a page, a pen, and the willingness to be honest with yourself. Let's talk about moods. How you feel does not just color your days, sometimes it decides everything you do. Apps let you tap a circle and declare joy, or sorrow, or fatigue. But moods are not dots on a grid. They are tides, shaped by context. What were you doing when you felt that surge of hope? Who were you with when the shadow crept in? Was it Tuesday or a Friday after a long week's struggle? But in the notebook, in the calm of incremental journaling, your feelings breathe. In your daily log, alongside actions and notes, you sketch moods as they flicker through the hours, pain, and peace, and longing, all in the same day. Each becomes another single, honest sentence. Over time, context forms itself. The dots connect. A narrative unfolds naturally. This is the heart of this method. You merge organization, memory, intention, and emotion on paper. You trade hours of screen time for presence. Each minute in your notebook is a minute not lost to endless digital rabbit holes. If you're still watching, pause for a moment. If this journey has resonated with you, press like. It means more than you know. And share your experience in the comments, your battles, your wins, your story. To live with a mind that never sleeps is exhausting. But it can also be beautiful. In the space of a notebook, you learn to forgive yourself. To begin again, every blank page is a promise. What I have shown you here is not perfection. It is a system built on awareness, simplicity, and honesty. If you crave more inspiration, more ways to bring clarity into your life, watch the next video. And remember, subscribe to Growth Mindset Project, hit the bell, and stay open to growth. Until next time, be kind to your mind.